Um, I heard back from two of y'all. Okay. So I know Pam is doing all right, and I know that Megs is doing okay. What else I'm not hearing from you, so I don't know if you're sinking or swimming. So I know this isn't a way to communicate. Please don't want to good news. So, and like I said in that parent square message yesterday, I wasn't able to see the comments. Once we get the video moved over to the playlist, the comments did not come with it. So anything that you said, anything that you might have said yesterday or mentioned yesterday, I don't know what they are. So I just need feedback, guys. If it's just thumbs up, it's I'm good. I just need to know. I wish that we could talk. I have to get the phone. I'm gonna just need to if you're so let me don't know guys do on and today's lecture probably is going to be pretty short. We're only going to go over one concept. Really, really important to get it, and I don't want to muddy the waters by throwing like to you. And what's coming up behind is too much. So may not keep you long. But this concept is crucial, and for some of you guys that have brand new. So I'm having to teach. None of you have ever even seen this before. So we're just gonna just enjoy the slow pace. If you are familiar with this and if you do remember this, but if it's new to you, then we're just gonna we're gonna take it easy today. Okay, so we are going to be labeling certain parts of right triangles. Trig primarily uses right triangles, and so there are ways to name a right triangle from a reference angle that you're going to be using a whole lot. For those of you who are familiar with sine, cosine, and tangent, that's where we're moving toward, okay? So this is just laying the foundation for becoming familiar with the things that you need to work with sine, cosine, and tangent, which are adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. So that's what we're going to do today for those of you who are familiar with this, but it is new for some of you guys. So here is a right triangle. We are on page 379, right below example 8.1F. You should see this about midway down the page on the right hand side. It is a right triangle, triangle ABC. Okay, so sorry guys, the pollen is still out there. The first part of a right triangle that we're going to go over is the easiest one to find. I'm going to try to clear my throat a little bit. So here is your right angle, which is oftentimes labeled C. And yesterday we started identifying sides opposite of angles, right? We did capital letters for the angles, we did lowercase letters for the sides. So this right angle C, his opposite side, which is over here, has a name. Okay, yesterday you just named it lowercase c, but he has a name and it's called a hypotenuse. spell it right. Hypotenuse. Okay? That is the longest side of a right triangle. It's the side opposite the 90-degree angle. He is always called the hypotenuse. Okay? That does not change. Okay? So the other two sides are generically called legs. A log, it was a leg and a leg. Okay? But those are generic terms. Okay? Hypotenuse is always hypotenuse. That does not change, will never change. And the other two guys are just, they're called legs. All right? Now, in relation to these acute angles, their names will change, and that's what we have to start learning how to label and identify. Okay? So, let's look at, you have two other triangles, two other right triangles at the bottom of the page. That look like this. Okay, so this angle A is marked. Okay, so all that is doing is drawing our attention to it. Okay, so we're going to call this the reference angle. Okay, angle A is our reference angle. All right, so so here's what you need to be able to see. In reference to angle A, the side opposite angle A is down here, CB. Okay? So this is called opposite. This is the side opposite this angle. Okay? Now, the other leg that we're going to name over here is called adjacent. Remember, the term adjacent just means next to. Okay? So, in reference to angle A, this is opposite, and this is adjacent. Okay? Everybody understanding that so far? So if we were to switch our reference angles and pick the other acute angle, so let's do this down here, angle B, we're going to make this the reference angle. And we try to label opposite and adjacent to that. So if angle B is our reference angle, the side opposite that is over here, AC. So this would be called opposite. And this is the hypotenuse, which we know, because he's opposite the 90. Just like over here. And in reference to angle B, this side right here is the adjacent. This is opposite to B. This side is adjacent to angle B, is next to. Like, this side helps to make angle B. This side over here has no part of angle B. All right? Is everybody good? You can flip on over to the next page, page 380. And we're going to take a look at that example together. So the directions say to identify each side of the triangle if the reference angle is angle B. So here's my right triangle. I believe it looks like that in your book. Okay? So if our reference angle is B, it'll never be C, by the way. That's the right angle. All right, so this is our reference angle in this problem. And we're going to label all three sides of it. Okay? So we label them in relation to our reference angle. Okay? So the easy one to find right off the bat is the longest one, the longest side that's opposite the right angle. It's called the hypotenuse. I can't tell today. Hypotenuse. All right, so we have two other things to fill in, opposite and adjacent. All right, so here's angle B. So we go opposite the angle B, which leads over here to this side. So this side is opposite. And that leaves over here, this side is adjacent or next to angle B. So we've labeled all of that triangle. Right? That is the only thing that we're going to go over today. All right? But we just don't have enough time to go over this and what's coming, because tomorrow is going to take quite a bit of time. All right? So today would have been one of those days in class that we would have gotten busy, and you probably wouldn't have had any homework today. So let's just enjoy that. So let's look at our problems, though, on page, talk about your assignment, on page 386. And then let me show you what I want this to look like. So you can see on your sheet here for Thursday, your assignment today is 8.1D, numbers 57 through 64 on page 386. So turn over to page 386. This is what I want your problems to look like. We're starting at number 57. So the first thing you have to do is draw the triangle. And I want you to draw it exactly the way that it is in your book, whether it's given to you like this or like this, whichever. I want it to look exactly, just copy it, okay? You don't have to try to flip it to make it look like this. Just keep it like it is. So let's do 57. So this is what I would want you to do. I believe A is your reference angle. Okay. So this is how I know what angle I'm using to answer my questions. Okay? It's the one that's going to be marked. Okay, so this angle A is my reference angle in this problem. So let's label these three sides. All right, so the first one that I would do, the easy one, would be the hypotenuse. Now the decision that you have to make is opposite and adjacent. Okay, so angle A is our reference angle. So I go opposite first. Okay, so you can do whatever you want, but this is the path that I take every time. I find the hypotenuse first because it's the easiest one. It's the one that never changes location. Okay, and then from A, I do opposite next. But you do whatever makes you happy. Okay, and then that leaves adjacent over here. Okay, so this is what 57 will look like. Okay, so you're going to draw the triangle exactly like it was in the book, and then you label all three sides. Okay, so let's do one together that just looks different. So let's do number 60 together. I don't want you to get confused just because the triangle gets rotated on you or something like that. So I do believe that's what 60 looks like. And our reference angle, again, is A. So I personally would do hypotenuse first. He's the easiest to find. He's the longest. The one opposite your right angle, so that's him down here. Then I do opposite next. So here's my reference angle A, so I go over here. So this is opposite. This last side is next to angle A, so this is my adjacent. So that's what 60 would look like, and this is exactly how I want it to look. Keep the triangles exactly the way that it was given to you in the book. All right, so that's all we're going to do today. You have to get very proficient at being able to identify adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse, because we're going to be doing a lot of that in the future. Okay, and you need to be able to do it like pretty quickly, very efficiently, and accurately. All right. So if everybody is good, then we are done for today. You'll have a good day, and let me know if you're doing okay. If you're not doing okay, please let me know. All right? See y'all later, hopefully. Bye.